So the human resource function has evolved over the years to become increasingly more important in the organization. One of the things that human resources is responsible for, as I said, is hiring process and being an active part of an employee's development while with the organization. Another way to put that is that HR is looked to put the workforce together, and in parentheses in fine print, to help keep it together, to keep turnover manageable. I'm sure we all can relate. I know I've had a couple of these over the years. The cost or consequences of a bad hiring decision can be devastating. And I encourage everyone to open up the chat box here and add to this list of consequences that you experience or you're aware of that can happen. To touch on the main ones is that certainly if we make a bad hiring decision, in other words, hiring the wrong person for a job or not having the skill set that the job actually requires to be most productive, we lose literally that. We lose productivity. We have organizations across Eastern Oregon that are telling us that if they had more people in the workforce, they could increase their productivity in assembly lines double, triple. That has to do with the number of opens and vacancies. However, when it comes to making the bad hiring decision, sometimes one person in a role not doing their best or really being able to maximize the job can be extremely costly in terms of productivity. It takes lots of time to hire and train another person. Sometimes we find organizations that have maybe a lot of people who are approaching the age of retirement or could retire, and we haven't thought a lot about who's going to take their place or how might that position evolve upon retirement. That falls under succession planning, but I put it here under bad hiring decision because when we lose a long-term person with lots of historical knowledge who has done things and kept things afloat, it can be a major responsibility to hire and train someone else. And so planning ahead, especially when you can, is the smart thing to do. Having a bad hire can also be a drag on morale. As you've probably experienced, it can often take one employee, certainly one or two, that can be toxic to a work environment and drain down employee engagement and excitement about working there. Legal issues, decrease in sales, and we have added here a loss of institutional knowledge. Absolutely can be devastating. We have clients that we're working with now specifically on succession planning, where we're identifying who might retire and what is it going to take to replace that person. And in some cases, businesses that can afford it, they're wise to consider bringing somebody on and letting the person who is about to retire overlap a bit, if at all possible. Other ideas that were added to the consequences of a bad hiring decision include loss in public perception. Absolutely. Theft, for sure. It's hard to build trust when we have people coming and going in a revolving door. There could be fines. Yes, there could be, especially depending upon what sorts of results happen or how that person's employment is unwinded once we decide that it's a bad hiring decision. One wrong manager can take down the whole organization. Absolutely true. And we know that employees leave managers more than they leave employers. We advise business owners to wait and fill a position as opposed to hiring a person to get a position filled. There are times when we make bad hiring decisions, even though we've done our due diligence and even though the interviews went great. That's a part of working with people. However, just to feel that we have to fill a position to have someone in it is not the best motivation to make a choice on hiring a person or even filling that position. Because of this and all the other long list of items that you've added, there can be great consequences, headaches, and costs of making a bad hiring decision.
Helpful places.
Thank you for watching our video. If you would like to speak with a business advisor at no cost to you, please feel free to reach out. We're the Small Business Development Center at Blue Mountain Community College. Please attend one of our workshops, either virtually or in person, or just give us a call.